Today, also, good morning, good afternoon, and if you're watching this, good evening. Today I'm actually doing something in Proverbs. I wish I started on the first one, but I started on the 15th, so now I'm on the 18th and 19th, because I did one yesterday, but forgot to record it, so Proverbs chapter 1, verse 18 is, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. By the way, this is the ESV version of the Bible, so that I should just say that, clarify that. So basically what I got from it was that if you plan on hurting someone or doing something or doing evil against someone, then you're also planning to hurt yourself or do evil against yourself. People often hear the expressions that involve vengeance. That involves revenge, like revenge is best served cold or fight fire with fire. But you shouldn't do those things, because if you were to serve, revenge is best served cold, and you'll obviously freeze with that person. Or if you will fight fire with fire, then you both will get burned. So, the best way you could, really deal with people that wronged you is just praying for them. And, I know how difficult that can be, but I know you can do it. But once you give it to God, He will take care of it, so just trust Him. I know that your flesh will want you to get revenge, but don't give in. If you give into your flesh, you're basically worshiping the devil, because that's what the devil wants. He wants you to get comfortable in your flesh, and he wants to find ways for you to get comfortable. And once you do get comfortable, he'll find ways to keep you in the confinement of your flesh by giving exactly what you want. But God will give you everything that you need if you don't give into your flesh and follow Him through and through. There will be some ups, there will be some downs, but God is preparing you for every blessing that will come your way each and every day. And for verse 19 of Proverbs chapter 1, such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Now, I feel like this means that when you get greedy of things that you want, things that distract you from God, then you won't gain anything from it. And as you're chasing that specific thing, you're wasting your life. Instead of wasting life chasing something that is unjust and has no purpose whatsoever, choose God. Choosing God is the best thing I ever done, and I wish I've chosen Him earlier. I have, but not really. I was very much lukewarm, but I can gladly say with my whole heart and my whole soul that I'm not lukewarm anymore. I had trouble getting over certain sins when I was lukewarm, and I was idolizing relationships over God. But now, ever since I put God first, I've gotten over that sin, and I've stopped. I'm stopping. I'm still trying to stop idolizing relationships. Every time I have thought of really doing that, I just give it to God, and those thoughts disappear. And it also disappears when I start reading the Word, when I start talking to Him about it, And really, though, being honest, I know this is a little personal, but I had somebody very much close to me, even though he was all the way in Memphis, and I'm all the way, in Louisiana. He really has brought me so much closer to Christ than I ever thought of. It was very much unimaginable to me, because I feel like I was already close to God, even though I was very much lukewarm. But ever since I met Him, He brought me so much closer, and He told me that I brought Him closer to God, and I feel like that really just, that was something for me. And then it only lasted for 3 months, but it was at one point where he was hurting really badly, and it was so sad to see, but he just had a heavy heart every day and stuff. He was really fighting spiritual warfare, and he kept giving it to God, and once he had did that, I can tell he felt at peace. And this one time when we had to depart, he was saying that we had to depart and stuff like that, and we weren't sure, and this was the problem. I don't recommend everybody does this. I hope you don't do this. take my what I go through as a cautionary tale for you not to do it. We was like, are you sure? Like, we weren't sure if it was like the devil saying it or the God saying it. I said the God, you know what I mean? That if it wasn't God, if it was God saying it or was it the devil? So he was like, let's just sleep on it. And I kid you not, like, I was literally hearing something. It was like, yeah, you have to depart over and over and over again. Until, like, now first I'm waking up, I'm like, oh, it's probably like a dream or something. Go back to sleep. I don't hear it anymore, but I wake up and I'm like, oh, so we have to depart. Because, I feel like that was God telling me that we have to. Because we came to the conclusion that we were idolizing each other over God, which is not good. We're supposed to have him instead of not over. We're not supposed to have our relationship over him, right? So we had to depart. Now, that was like the saddest thing I ever done, because that was the most healthiest relationship I ever been in. And the first time I ever chose to love somebody, no matter on the good days, the bad days, in between, even though I know I'm not married to him, right? It felt like at one point in time when we were together, it felt like that it was a possibility, right? But we had to depart, and I couldn't get over it. I was so sad, like, for at least like a week and a half. But every day I kept reading the word. I kept talking to God. Like, the one thing I didn't do was spread the word, and that was the one thing I wish I could do. I wish I could have did, but I'm doing it now, so thank God for that. But if it's really from God, and if the relationship really was from God, like, being honest, he felt so heaven sent, because that was like he really is a man of God. I don't know if he will ever watch this. I'm not sure if he will, but if he does, then like he's always been there for me every time. And yeah, but if it is from God and if it's in his will, then he'll come back to me, I'll come back to him when we're both ready. We both have realized individually that we shouldn't prioritize each other over God. That we should have God right in the center, not on some days, but every day. But right now I'm not ready, obviously. But that's okay, right? So whoever is hearing this, I hope you do give your life to Christ. I promise you that you won't regret it. But yeah. But like I said, I hope that you do choose I hope you do choose Christ. And I pray that you put him first, and no matter what he does, don't make the same mistake I did when I have to lose somebody that I love because I kept putting him first over God. I know now not to do that anymore, but again, I promise you that you really won't regret it. Now, it will be a challenge with, everything. You will go through spiritual warfare. And if you're not doing the things you were supposed to be doing, you will get convicted. But with God, anything is possible. Yeah. God bless y'all.